10 self-defense principles. Let's kind of cover some of this material real quick. In a self-defense situation, you need stuff to be simple and adaptable, something that's natural and instinctive that I can do under pressure. That's why we go to asymmetrical tactics. Equalizers, right? Must be based on natural instinct, and then something we get from Jeet Kune Do is nearest weapon, nearest target. Come out here, you're my bad guy from. It's not my name, man. Right? If I'm dealing with the fight, I want to hit him with the quickest thing. Remember, stun and run. Boom, in the eyes, and I'm out. If I'm a woman, if I'm a smaller person, I don't want to fight a big guy. I don't want Glenn to pick me up and suplex me and throw me on the ground, right? I want to stun and run. You want to get out. A lot of self-defense scenarios, somebody's going to try to grab you. Pull it, like women's situation, trying to mug you, you go into your car. When they're trying to mug you, they want your money. You're going in the car, they want to carjack you, whatever. They're going to start by grabbing your wrist, grabbing your neck, trying to take you someplace where you want to go. And you got to be like that cat in water. The cat doesn't want to be put in water, no matter what. You never go in the car, you never go in the door. Because once you're inside, they can do whatever they want to. And the way that we deal with the initial grab is our asymmetrical tactics, right? And then I want to get out. We want to deal with the psychology of an attacker. Something I talk about when people are mugging with the gun. The psychology of attacker, right? I've been mugged twice. They like to put a gun on you. They like to point at you. They like to talk to you. They're talking shit with the gun. You know, in general, you know, it's this kind of thing, with the like, you know, it's a prop. If I've trained in a gun, I'm going to be back 21 feet. And I'm like, get on the ground now! Throw your wallet to the side or I'm putting a bullet in your head. Because I'm not walking up to a guy doing this. But people who know how to use guns don't normally do muggings. Gangbangers don't usually know how to handle a gun. I mean, what they learn is movie shit. Doing this. All right, man. You know, comic book stuff. Man, this guy comes right out of a comic book, right? The mentality of a mugger isn't to kill you. Once you realize that, you get yourself in the right headspace. Your power is verbal jiu-jitsu, not fighting for your life. If you can give them what they want and walk away, that's your best option. If that becomes clear that that's not going to work, as long as they're talking, you have a chance. You can't do a gun disarm out here, but you can do a gun disarm this close. If you want to increase the ability to survive, you've got to understand the mindset of the attacker. Muggers want your money, so if you can give it to them, you're good. If they want more than that, they want to take you in a building, they want to have their way with you, no Vaseline, you're in trouble. That's when it's time to fight, right? So understand the mindset of an attacker. And then you want to inflict pain, stun, and run. That's why we start with asymmetrical tactics. And another thing that's important for women is not presenting yourself as a victim. Right? You're a bad guy, posted up on the wall, right? So I'm going to tell you a funny story. All right, so there's a black belt in Taekwondo who went to a Krav Maga conference to learn self-defense. Bad guy outside the door. He walks outside the door. First guy is a guy I know. He walks out and sees the guy, hey, what's up, man? What's going on? And he just walks off. But what should he do? He engaged and was confident, right? He's walking, he's like, hey, what's up, man? What you doing? And he just keeps going. The guy knows, they both know that they see each other, right? Like, he knows I see him. What's up, bro? Hey, how you doing? It's good. He knows that I see him. I'm not a target. Next guy, black belt in Taekwondo, walking out of a Krav Maga conference. Amazing. Head down, not paying attention. This guy pounces on him and fucking robs him.
Play on the 12.
Huh?
Play on the 12.
I mean, he walks out, black belt in Taekwondo, at a Krav Maga conference. Motherfucker just like mauls him, robs him. You can't write this stuff. Like, sometimes life will give you stuff that's like, if he had been like, hey, what's happening? How you doing?
It's all good.
Yeah, cool. He knows I see him. And he knows the biggest thing is he knows I'm not intimidated. You can be scared as fuck. You can be scared, piss in your pants. Hey, bro, what's up? What's going on? Piss in your pants because there's 3 dudes and you can see the bulge. You know he's fucking packing. You're like, yo, bro, what's up? He knows I ain't fucking them. Like, I might look at it like, what's up, bro? He sees me look at it like, oh, he knows I got a gun. He ain't playing. Don't present yourself as a victim. When you do the whole hum, like you're in your phone, you're looking down, don't present yourself as a victim. Bad guys aren't looking for you, they're looking for a victim. And if you present yourself as a victim, what do sharks do when they taste blood? They eat. Sharks gotta eat, right? Don't be the bait. Right? Don't make it debatable. Don't be bait. As scared as you are, look them in the eye. How are you doing tonight, sir? Don't walk down dark alleys alone. If you're a woman, you're working late, you make sure that you get a security guard or a co-worker to walk out with you. Don't park in dark areas. Make sure it's well lit where you park. And if I'm walking towards a building and there's an alley to get to the garage, go ahead and go in the alley for me. If I'm walking along, I don't want to walk like this by the wall, because if he's right there, what happens? I don't want to give that opportunity. I want to have enough range where if I see him, I want to walk by the street, the edge of the curb, so that if I'm walking, it's kind of like right there, I want to be able to see. Now, if he charges to me, I can run, or I have time to prepare to grab a weapon. Right? If I'm walking right here and the guy is right there, boom, there's nothing I can do. Right? So we don't walk next to the wall. If there's an alley, I'm always going to come out and I'm going to walk where I can see what's going on. Now, I'm a big dude, 5'11". I work security, been a bouncer. I know how to handle myself, but I don't do stupid stuff. When I'm walking, if I come up on a corner, I'm not walking right here. I want to make sure that when I walk, that if he has a stick in his hand, he has the longest thing he can reach. If he has a stick in his hand, he can't just swing at my head and hit me. If he's coming at me, I need to have room so that I can get out of the way. If I'm in any kind of weapon range, I'm in a bad place. All right, officer involved shootings. What percentage of the time the cops hit their target? Within 20 feet. Anybody know?
It used to be pretty low.
About 20%.
Now it's 100%.
Where'd you? Nah.
They got the red dots now.
No. To this day, I mean, there's why every time there's an officer involved shooting, are there like a bunch of rounds and everything around everybody? 20% of the time they hit their target within 60 or 20 feet. Outside of 20 feet, how well you think they hit you? If you can run, you have a better chance than if you stick around. And do not fall for the bullshit on TV. Do not zigzag. Because every time I zig and stop, I'm a target. No, the farther you get, the less chance you get of getting hit. If somebody pulls a gun and you're outside of 20 feet, run. Or pull a weapon, or go to shelter. But remember, run, hide, right? Go to a barrier, find a barrier. In military, if somebody pulls out a gun, what do? You get to cover, and you start firing back. Get to cover, right? As soon as a weapon comes out, I want to get to cover, right? I need to be outside. I want that 21 foot. If I carry a weapon, a gun, and he has a knife, do you have a knife on you? Catch. No. Where's my... All right. So, I don't know. I'm going to guess this is about maybe 20 feet or so-ish. In general, if he just starts running at me a dead sprint, by the time he gets to me, he's stabbing me. We call this the Tuller drill. Dan Inosanto did this with the LA Police Department back in the, I think it was the late 70s. And then 6 months later, Officer Tuller wrote the Tuller drill, which is basically if somebody's within 21 feet, they can run and stab you before you can fully get your weapon out and use it. So if you carry a gun for self-defense, I want to be outside of 20 feet, 21 feet, because I don't want to get stabbed, right? But if cops who are trained can only hit 20% of the time within 20 feet, if I'm at that 21 foot and I run when somebody pulls a weapon, I have a better chance of living. And do not zigzag, because I'm stopping, and that's a stationary target. When you're stationary, boom, don't do it. Just run. The farther you get, the better chance you have of living. Right? So the way that you present yourself, right? I don't want to walk in such a way that he's going to attack me. If the dude's outside, I don't want to act head down, look down. No, you have to arch your back, look at him and be like, hey, how's it going? Good evening, sir. How you doing? Let them know that you know they're there and speak with confidence. If you have weapons, make sure that you have quick access to them. You know, and here's the thing I tell women. Guns and knives are better than tasers and mace. If you ever watch law enforcement footage where they're tasing, you have like a 6'3", 6'5" guy, they tase the guy 6-7 times and he's still throwing cops around. He's been tased 6 times. I've seen footage of it. Literally just picking up cops and throwing them, going aggro. Tasers do not end fights. Again, stun and run. If I tase them, I better just be running. I mean, I recommend women carry lethal force options. Knives and guns. Terminate. And a lot of times women prefer a pink taser over a knife or gun because women don't have the killer instinct that men naturally have sometimes. The idea, and this is why cardio kickboxing sells for self-defense for women. You go in, you do an hour, 2 hours of cardio kickboxing, they tell you know how to defend yourself. Now, a woman, if you want to defend yourself against a bigger, larger man, you need to train long and hard to be good, so that you can fight. You have to be able to fight. Now, I do a course that's 8 to 16 weeks is minimum I do women's self-defense. Because all I give you, if I teach you something in one day, is awareness. That's all you're going to learn. Maybe stick your fingers in their eyes and balls. But if you've ever been in a street fight, you know eyes and balls don't end fights. I've been in fights. I got kicked in the groin 3 times, kept fighting. I'm going to stop and it hurt. After a while, my brain just shut it out because it just kept happening. Then in the fight, I'm still fighting. Eyes and balls don't end fights. They give you a moment. Again, stun and run. If you get that, run. But you have to have lethal force options to fight against a larger person. Now, when it comes to use of force, right, everything should be scalable. If drunk uncle's coming at me, I'm not pulling out a knife or gun. I'm not terminating him, right? Only in lethal force situations do you use lethal force. If he pulls out a knife or gun, then I'm doing that. Now, if it's drunk uncle and he pulls out a knife, I may still go to my control tactics because I don't want to terminate him. But if accidents happen. Surviving is what matters more than somebody gets crazy like that. But being able to scale your use of force is important. Don't present yourself as a victim. And like I was saying, train regularly and consistency. Train how you fight how you train.